Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Heart Artistry Podcast, and happy Fire Horse February. Fire Horse February is the theme for this month on the podcast, as well as inside my membership, The Chamber. And it's because this year, 2026, is the year of the Fire Horse, which comes every 60 years. And this is all in alignment with Chinese astrology, which I grew up learning about and really indulging in every year, Chinese New Year. And it is it has a very special place in my heart. I always loved learning about the animals and partaking in the rituals and traditions. Every single year, I always got red envelopes from my grandma and my older relatives, and we would have all of our favorite Chinese dishes that my mom would make at home, and it's always such a beautiful time. My dad always tells me that he loved Chinese New Year as a kid because he loved getting money, and they would celebrate and they would go shopping. And it is customary for lots of Chinese families to clean their home and release any clutter, anything that's not serving them, anything they're not using anymore, leading up to Chinese New Year, which the first day of Chinese New Year is on February 17th. So we've got a little bit of time, and if you feel called to clean out your space, any clutter, anything that's been sitting around that's just not serving you anymore, this would be a beautiful time to do that. I just visited my grandma, and she's 93, by the way, but she feels like she can still move around her furniture. Luckily, she didn't move around too many big things. She had me come in and another one of her caretakers help move her bed in accordance to feng shui, some drawers and smaller tables around in her bedroom to make a little bit more space. But she does this every single year. I'm also doing the same thing. And it works really well because we're actually still in the year of the snake, which was 2025. And the year of the snake is all about shedding, releasing, letting go of anything that is no longer in alignment with you. And the year of the snake really clears that out. So we're actually still in the year of the snake until February 17th. So we've got a little bit of about a little over a week. And so this is a beautiful time for us to be thinking about, what do we want to release? What do we want to really leave in the year of the snake before we move into the year of the fire horse? So the fire horse, I'm going to dive way deeper into that inside this episode. I also have a program called Fire Horse Frequency that is coming out this month. If you're a part of the chamber, you get that as part of your membership. And I want to dive into really that the concept and the elements of fire and the fire horse energy, and especially how that relates to us as leaders and how that really impacts us in the ability to lead our movements. So likely you listening to this podcast grew up with this fire burning inside of you. And you've been told that you are too much, too loud, too unladylike, too emotional, too sensitive. There's too much passion. You're too out there. And you are my people. Like this is really what a lot of us as leaders have experienced, feeling like we're the outlier, feeling like we don't fit in, feeling like we stand out too much, feeling like we are just set apart from the crowd and from the people around us because we just see things and feel things and experience life differently. And it really is like these moments where we have felt like we're too much, we're not like our family members, we don't fit in with our friends and the crowd, and we are just a different breed. We may not have known that as children, but as we've grown up, this is really what makes us the most powerful, passionate, heart-centered leaders in our work now. So as fiery leaders, we also have to learn how to wield the fire. This is really important. We have to learn to be able to wield and control that fire. So going back to the year of the fire horse, The fire horse represents motion. Like it is just on the go. It represents momentum, movement. This fire horse is moving. All right. It's already naturally in motion and it's moving towards the vision. It's moving towards the goal. The fire horse represents passion, drive, initiation, heart, purpose, fire, and intensity. So this year, I want you to harness the fire horse energy within, and the fire from the outside circumstances. I want to teach you to harness both. So you have an internal fire. There is also external fires. Right? So this is pressure, this is stress, this is responsibility, this is challenge and hardship that is inevitable for us as leaders. And also we're experiencing the full spectrum of the human experience and human emotions, right? And there's also going to be external fires that come in the form of people that don't like what we do or don't like what we talk about or talk about us behind our backs. There are people who are going to misunderstand you and don't really understand what you're doing or why you're doing it or what you're saying or what any of it means. And that's okay, right? There's going to be the fire of the fear of being canceled or actually being canceled. People saying things about you online, to your face, to your movement, to your mission, to what you're creating. This is all fire, right? You have fire within you, and then there's also the fire that comes with being a leader. And when fire meets fire, it can create more combustion. Leaders can begin to crack under the pressure. Leaders can begin to crumble and really be consumed by the fire. And this comes from the inability to really know how to navigate the fire. This is why we see leaders and public figures that are essentially one-hit wonders. Like they're known for a major song, they're known for a major movie, one big experience that they brought to the world, and then they disappear. They seemingly disappear afterwards. And it's because of that level of pressure to do the next thing, to create something just as big, to top what they did the first time, the pressure of the media and the eyes on them, the level of visibility, being seen, the level of power that they now hold that they didn't have before. And sometimes that can be a lot to hold. And the thing is that we're not actually meant to hold it. We're actually meant to transcend it. We're also here to learn energetic protection and boundaries from the external forces, from what people are saying to us, from visibility. We are here to learn and integrate energetic protection and boundaries because this is important. None of us are meant to take on all the energies of the people around us, including all of the energies of what's happening in the world all at once, right? Our nervous systems weren't built for that. And to have the ability to have so much news, content, voices, noise, all at the tips of our fingertips all the time. Right? The answer also isn't to never know what's happening and to never interact with others. It's being able to honor our own boundaries, have the energetic protection, as well as understanding how to wield the fire and alchemize the pressure into power when it comes to us, right? So it's learning how to become the leader that transcends everything and building the capacity for it, becoming the person, the leader that can manage it. Because when you can do that, then the pressure turns into power. Because remember, pressure also creates diamonds. Okay, but pressure can also turn into wild, unmanageable stress that people aren't able to hold. So our job here is to transcend everything, pressure into power, stress into redirection, stress into reflection and reevaluation of where you want to go moving forward. Transcending responsibility into expanding your capacity to become a greater leader, to hold that responsibility. It's not like we're experiencing more responsibility and then the only option is to be stressed and burnt out the way that we've maybe seen from our parents. Maybe we've seen from our bosses and management, from the workforce. That's not the only option. We can hold more pressure. We can hold more responsibility and learn to expand our capacity within it to become better leaders, to be able to hold it. We're not here to be, we did not come here to be stressed out, okay? Like you did not come here to be stressed out. You did not come here to be a stressed out human that's constantly worried and constantly working and constantly doing, like, we get to do and show up and take aligned action. Like, this is the year to really create this big forward motion. Like, that's what we're here to do. And likely if you're listening to this podcast, that's not really an issue. Like, you're already proactive. You already take big, massive action. Like, you know how to do that. And it's really a matter of using discernment and intentionality to really create the life that you desire. So what we're focusing on here this month on the podcast, as well as inside my membership, the chamber, is being able to transcend anything that comes our way, right? So that also means we're turning any challenges into learning lessons, and anything that others may say about you or to you, you're transcending that into a newly shifted narrative. Okay, you're transcending it into a different narrative, into a different story. You're shifting it into a different frequency. You're shifting your own internal frequency. Like, if you are experiencing a level of frustration or sadness, overwhelm, this is not something that needs to stick with you or stay with you or plague you for an extended period of time. You can shift your frequency. You can shift your emotions. You can shift your internal state at any given time, right? Any given time, you can allow yourself to shift, to become a different version of you, to become a higher level version of you, to shift into a higher timeline, to feel differently, to be differently, right? Because that identity really precedes your behavior, who you're being internally, the frequency that you're on. That's what ends up creating ripple effects into everything that you do. And so this is so important. This is really we're not necessarily talking directly about money and wealth here, but it is related, because the more that you can step into this level of identity, the more that you can transcend anything that comes your way, you are not just, you start shifting out of becoming just a byproduct of just reacting, right? You're like a byproduct reaction of every circumstance that comes your way. This throws you off track. That throws you off track. This thing happens in your business. You have to shut everything down for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, right? There are going to be big things that happen in our life and business that are going to rock us, right? But at the same time, we are here to transcend these things. We're here to transcend these energies, these emotions. We're not here to be a reaction to everything that happens in our life and in our business. Things are going to happen. People are going to say things about us. We're going to be misunderstood. We might get a hate comment online or a hate message. We might receive, someone that says something that just feels so out of pocket and so painful. This happened to me just last week, and I was able to shift out of it quite quickly, actually. It actually shocked me how quickly I was able to shift out of it and just realize, that's not my narrative. Just because someone is sending me this message online that is just filled with so much lack and so much hatred and judgment, and I could feel it. I'm deeply empathic and sensitive. A lot of my clients know this about me, but I'm also very powerful and very precise in being able to shift my frequency. And honestly, I feel that a big piece of this comes from being able to show up and serve my clients. I'm not bringing this shit into my coaching calls. I'm not bringing this into when I go and pick up my daughter from school. I read that comment, and then I was about to go and be with my daughter for the rest of the evening and do homework with her and study with her. I was like, I'm not bringing some stranger on the internet's energy and wounding and triggers into my daughter and this time that I have with her. I'm not doing that. That's not what we're here to do. Hello? I allowed myself to process the emotions and really sit with it and sit with all the emotions that came up. This is not about bypassing it, suppressing it, numbing it. This is about fully I see it as a full circle. So it comes in, and a lot of us, as soon as we feel the feeling, we want to shut it down. We want to numb it. We want to replace it with something. We want to do something to get rid of it, because it's truthfully extremely uncomfortable, right? As soon as I read that comment in my body, I felt my stomach drop. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was shocking. It was jarring, especially in the way that they said it. And this was someone that I had actually, like this wasn't like a stranger with a faceless account. This was someone that is in the same industry. We hadn't really had a lot of conversations before, but I can tell that they had a following. And it was really shocking to receive a message like that from somebody else. That rarely ever happens. Typically it's like a faceless, nameless account. And so it was a real shock to the nervous system. I felt myself getting really activated. My heart started to race. My palms started to sweat. And I really had to be with myself and just sit in it for a moment. And then I was able to move through it and really see, like, what am I making this mean about me? What am I, like, my brain immediately went to some really nasty things. And I was like, hold on, wait a second. That doesn't have to be true about me. I'm not taking that on. I'm not taking on someone else's narrative who took something that they saw, twisted it, and made it mean something completely different based on their own lens and projections. Like, if we were able to have a sit-down conversation, which is what I feel about most comments, to be honest, like, if we were able to have a sit-down conversation and we're able to talk about this and someone was able to feel my heart and my energy, and I can just tell that, like, there was a certain way that this person saw this conversation that I was having, and they were very stuck in seeing it as that one way. And I could see that, and I can see how that prevented them from even having a conversation about it. And I can see how that prevented them from seeing that there are other people that are going to experience this differently than them. And that's okay, right? And it's not my job to teach them that. It's not my job to debate back and forth with them. It's my job to fully know that inside my body. And if they don't, that's also okay. And I think for us as leaders, as fiery leaders, we want everyone on board and we want everyone to understand. And some of our biggest fears, especially as women, is being misunderstood, is not being accepted, loved, or feeling worthy for who we are. And one of the most powerful things that we get to do here is we really get to be the ones that create this full understanding and full acceptance within our own bodies. And that external validation, like, we don't need that to come from anybody else. And it's powerful when we can give it to ourselves and realize that we are the only person that needs to completely understand what we're doing and what we're saying. And the right people who are meant to be in your world, who are meant to learn from you, who are meant to experience this and learn from you, like, they're going to get it as well, right? And when they deepen into conversation and discussion and coaching and mentorship with you, it'll be from an open heart and an open mind. So all that to say, this is the year that we become the fire-breathing dragon. This is the year where we become the most powerful version of ourselves, not because everything's gonna go perfectly. All right, there are gonna be things that happen this year that are gonna be frustrating, annoying. They're going to be inconvenient. They're going to come at the worst times. This is life. We're humans. We're here to experience the entire human experience. So these things are just bound to happen. But how do we react? Are we here to just be a reaction to everything that's happening? Someone cuts us off and we're yelling and throwing them the middle finger and we're chasing them down the highway, and someone gets our smoothie order wrong and we're just reacting. Like, we're not, no, this is not what we're here to do. And I know none of you would ever do, that's like not your immediate, right? Like, but we're also, sometimes we have that reaction, especially if someone cuts you off. It's like, oh my goodness. We have that initial human reaction of like, frustration, annoyance, anger. We take it personally, right? So that's a lot of our shadows. We all have shadows. Like, we're human. We are human. So in our businesses, are we going to be this reaction? Every single time something goes wrong, anytime someone says, no, I'm not going to join your program right now. No, I'm not going to do this right now. No, I'm not aligned. Someone ghosts you. Someone, like, all the things that can happen, client issues, team issues, behind the scenes issues, tech issues, like all these things. We're not here to just be and we're not here to exist as just a reaction to them. We are here to be powerful, fiery leaders. right? We're here to be fiery leaders, and we are here to become the best, the biggest version of ourselves. And in order to do that, we have to be the ones that transcend everything. So no matter what happens, no matter what comes our way, no matter what life throws at us, we are the people that can transcend anything, any kind of pain, any kind of pressure. We turn it into power because we are leaders. That's what we do as leaders. That's essentially what we sign up for energetically with entrepreneurship, right? Because this is not something that we ever have to do as employees, as people who are, if we're just following the rules and clocking in and out and doing a 9 to 5. We are here to be leaders. We're founders. We're entrepreneurs. This is the work that we're here to do. This is the work that we're here to transcend. And that's really that's why the connection to our business results is connected to our inner growth and who we're being, our transformation. That's why this work is so important, because your business can only grow as deeply as you've met yourself and as far as you will allow your own growth, your own expansion to go. So what I want you to experience here in this month of the Fire Horse February theme and the Fire Horse energy of this year of 2026 is for you to remember that you are the source. You are the leader. You are the dragon. It doesn't matter what gets thrown your way. It doesn't matter if someone throws a fireball at a dragon. The dragon just inhales it. It just transcends it. Right? It's like Kirby, like anything that comes its way, it just eats it whole, swallows it whole, right? You try to throw something at a dragon, it's like, what do you mean? I am big, I am powerful, I am made up of these scales and this protective exterior. I will incinerate you. I will literally, I'm also using a lot of dragon references because I love dragons. If you come to my house, I have dragons everywhere. I have a dragon on my microphone. I'm not using the microphone right now, but I'm looking at it. I have a dragon on my little altar. I have dragons everywhere. I have dragon artwork. I just really connect to the dragon. Before I settled on Heart Artistry, I actually had a brand name that had the word dragon in it. And then I ended up shifting because Heart Artistry just felt so much more in alignment. Oh my gosh. But I'm obsessed with dragons. I'm also reading Fourth Wing for the first time. And oh my gosh, I kind of subconsciously put it off for a while because I knew I would love it so much. And I wanted to look forward to it. I even bought the book and I've had it sitting for a while. And now that I'm going through it, I am pacing myself because I love it so much. So if anyone wants to talk to me about Fourth Wing, my DMs are always open. I mean, they're open for everything, but I love talking about books with you all, and a lot of you know that. Okay. So I love the dragon. I love the dragon analogy because dragons are seen as these big, mystical, powerful beings. And I believe that us as women, we are dragons. We get to incinerate anything. We get to transform and alchemize anything that comes our way. We're not here to just be a reaction. We're not here to just fly this way and fly that way based on how the wind is blowing. We are here to be creators. We are here to be majestic, powerful leaders and beings. And that's really what I want to set the tone for, not just for February, not just for these 28 days, but for the theme that really powers and grounds us and that we anchor into for the rest of the year. And hopefully that you take into your identity moving forward in your business. I want you to show up as the dragon. I want you to no matter what happens, you're I'm good. I'm so good. I'm unshakable. I'm unshameable. This is one of my new favorite recent words, unshameable. You cannot shame me. I am unavailable to feel shame. That doesn't mean that I'm not reflective and evaluative as a leader and as a human. It just means that from the person that is committed to misunderstanding me, or the person that is committed to attacking me, and not just people, but energies. Like, I am unshameable for that, right? I'm open for growth and reflection and becoming the best human I can possibly be and learning from my mistakes and taking full accountability. And at the same time, I'm not available to be shamed, right? I'm here to be in full conviction and the bigness of myself and my truth as a leader, and so are you. And that's what I really want us to anchor into inside this month. Fire Horse February, this is the theme, and I'm so excited to bring this into fruition. So I am teaching a 2-day intensive program called Fire Horse Frequency. I'm teaching it on February 17th and 19th. And we're really diving in to being the version of you that is the transcending, powerful, anchored, grounded leader that you came here to be. Fire Horse Frequency is teaching you to source your fire from within so that you never rely on external outside validation or noise to tell you who you are. This Fire Horse Frequency program is teaching you to anchor into being the source, the creator, the catalyst in co-creation with God, with your ancestors, to live a year where you look back and you're like, I can't believe how did I do that? That was crazy. This was my biggest year yet. All right. And attracting logic-defying wealth in 2026 and learning to wield the fire. There's going to be internal fire. There's going to be external fire. There's going to be fire that comes at you as a leader. How do you learn to wield it? How do you learn to harness it? How do you learn to take everything in as fuel? Right? Like, not only does it not hurt you, you transcend it and turn it into fuel. Imagine any time something goes wrong or someone says something to you, you're like, no, that doesn't even touch me because I am unshakable. And in fact, not only does that not touch me, that is actually giving me more fuel to my fire. Can you feel that, being the leader that's like, not only do your words not affect me, I am being fueled because I source my own fire. Oh my God, that is so powerful. That's so powerful. So you are learning to be the leader that's wielding, harnessing the fire. You're becoming one with it instead of being consumed by it. This is the true pressure to power conversation. This is I'm expanding my responsibility and I'm also expanding my capacity. I'm expanding who I'm being as a leader. This is the work that we get to do as leaders. And I want to teach you how to anchor in this Fire Horse frequency and transcend this fire, wield this fire so that not just this year, but every year moving forward, you are the unshakable, unstoppable leader. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams, and you are here to create massive impact in your movement, in your business, in 2026 and beyond. So I'm teaching Fire Horse Frequency live on Zoom. It's 2 days. It's 17th and 19th of February. And right now, the early bird pricing is at $222. And it will rise shortly to $444. So jump in now. It's $222. There's also a 2-pay option at checkout for your convenience. But the pay in full is $222. And then it's going to rise up to $444. So you get to access this before then. It's going to rise to $444 in a couple of days. Now, you have another option. You can also join us inside the Chamber. The Chamber is my membership. The Chamber is a membership for leaders of legacies. This is where you come in and build and solidify your internal capacity to hold what you're calling in, to hold and expand into scaling your business. The Chamber is the heartbeat and the home base of heart artistry. This is essentially where you anchor in and stabilize a solid CEO identity over time. So you're not just going to come in for the 2-day intensive. The chamber is where you come in at a 6-month commitment and you call in the vision that you have for 2026 and beyond. There are mentorship calls included every single month. This is where your frequency and your power become fully integrated. Your new baseline gets created here. This is how you set yourself up to scale. So the chamber membership, you get new themes every single month that align with the 4 principles of wealth and sales, identity, divine guidance, and personal power. So there's new live programs, there's live coaching calls, there's teachings and audio trainings every single month that align to that monthly theme. I'm also guiding the 1 to 2 live coaching calls every single month. So that's led by me. You'll get coached by me. There are brand new trainings that get dropped inside the portal. There's already more than 50 inside right now. You also get access to the chamber library of masterclasses, micro programs. Everything's in there. You could start binging it right away. So the month inside the chamber, the theme inside the chamber this month is Fire Horse February. And if you join the chamber, you get Fire Horse Frequency, the program, included in your membership. That is a $444 value, including everything else that you get, the calls, the trainings, the teachings, the mentorship, the community. Oh my goodness, this is the most incredible community. So if you have been feeling the pull to work together and you're thinking about joining Fire Horse February, or Fire Horse Frequency program, but you're like, you know what, I might as well just jump inside the chamber and get coached by Tiffany. Like, I would love to see you on our next upcoming live coaching call and coach you on Zoom. It would be such an honor. So if you have any questions at all, you can send me a DM. My DMs are always open. It's on Instagram at tiffanychung.co. And if you're ready to just jump right in, the link to join the chamber is inside the show notes. Of course, if you have any questions at all, you can reach out to me. I'm sending you all so much love. I'm sending you all the Fire Horse energy. I hope to see you inside the Fire Horse Frequency or inside the chamber. I'm so excited to go deeper into this and really teach you how to anchor in this powerful frequency over the 2 days together so that it is integrated and grounded inside you as a leader in your identity, as you lead your movement, lead your legacy. Let's fucking go.